When you go to pick a saddle, making sure that you have the right size, the right style, the right rigging can all be confusing. Mark Butzo from Pards Western Shop helped us sort it out.
The first saddle we're going to talk about today is our versatility saddle, which it actually happens to be the saddle we use for the trophy saddles with the NRHA, from the affiliates to the Derby to the Futurity. And what it is it's a copy of our Advantage saddle here that we talked about earlier. And what this saddle is, it's a production saddle, production copy of our regular Advantage saddle. It's on a Bowman tree. It's got what I call a middle of the road seat. It doesn't have a dramatic rise here, it doesn't have a dramatically deep pocket. It's just middle of the road. It gives you that comfort to sit here and know that you're not going to fall forward, fall backward, but it's just a good common middle of the road. Now, if you're 5'2", this saddle might be a little wide. If you're 6'5" or whatever, this saddle works good. But what we're going to do is we're going to explain the differences between all these saddles and which saddle works best for which person. So this is what I say is my versatility saddle. It's a copy of my regular Advantage. Let's go to the regular Advantage, which is the basic saddle that was copied from. This again is what I call the middle road. A good traditional dish in the back, good place, good pocket to sit back here, have a little bit of rise to keep you from falling forward. Good free swinging fenders. Got a shaped skirt that gives you close contact. And again, middle of the road, not dramatically right, not dramatically left, middle of the road. This is our newest saddle, and it's our Advantage Platinum. This one takes that to a little more extreme. You got a little more dish back here, you got a little deeper seat, and you got more rise. And what happens here is this saddle is for a person that may be below that 5'8" level, a little shorter legged. What this rise does is give a little more drop to the leg, a little more narrower feel so that they don't feel like they're sitting on a culvert or a 55-gallon drum. This takes that shorter legged person, that youth kid, the lady that's, like I said, 5'2", 5'5", that every time they get on something, they feel like they're sitting on a 55-gallon drum, and this gives them some comfort and some security that they're going to stay there. Well, Emily being shorter-legged, she wants to sit back a little further in the saddle and have that security of sitting back, but also not have that rigging and all that extra bulk under her leg, because she obviously doesn't have as long legs. So it gives her a little better feel and a little more movement, a little more swing in those fenders so that she can get stopped and not feel like she's going to fall forward or, you know, have other problems that come along with being vertically challenged. Then our last saddle is our Advantage Gold, and this is the saddle that I call kind of our West Coast model or cow horse reiner model. And what it is, it's designed for you to sit in the center of it. There's not that deep pocket back here. There's not a whole bunch of rise here. It's a little flatter seat. You're designed to sit right in the middle, have your legs hang underneath you so that, you know, when you run down to a stop, you can sit back, and then when you go to circle, you can move forward, but you're designed to sit right here in the middle. And it's for that, I call it an upper level rider saddle, to where, you know, you want to sit in the middle and you want to have all the buttons and all the tools to use on your horse, but you know that you don't have to be locked in place. When Matt Mills is riding, you can see the difference between him and a lot of other people is that he's a longer legged rider. So he wants to have that sit in the center of the saddle, have that nice pocket in the center, have his legs drop right underneath him, and be able to cue his horse, because a longer legged person can obviously cue their horse up under the belly better than a shorter legged person. So they have that capability. They want to be able to move around. They want that rigging to be in on the tree so that their legs don't get so far in front of them that it makes a bad picture, a bad visual. If you look at it from the side of them stopping or doing whatever, they don't want their feet stuck out clear in front of the horse. So that rigging provides a little bit of a block to keep their legs from going out in front of them like that. A couple of factors we haven't talked about are horn height and seat material. And as a non-pro rider, most people are going to want a low front and low saddle horn so they don't have to steer over the top of it. It just causes them to lift their hand and causes all kinds of other problems if you talk to their trainers. The other factor is smooth seat versus rough out seat. The rough out seat will give a lot of riders that aren't very secure a little more security in holding them in and not sliding all over. And you can do that in any saddle. It's just a personal preference and whatever you figure your needs are and how you feel about the way you ride. Just make sure when you go in and try your saddle that you make all the informed decisions. You sit on it, you try it, you ride it, you put it on your horse. Make sure it fits your horse, make sure it fits you. Make sure that so much of it comes from where you came from, what you rode. Did you ride English? Did you ride cutters? Did you ride barrel horses? Did you ride ropers? All that reflects into your saddle buying decision and what will work for you. Because as I said, I can tell you what fits, but a lot of that fits with what is your personal preference.
Call Pards at 1-800-334-5726 or visit us on the road and mention the code Cooper08 and receive a 10% discount off your next purchase.